Okay, we've had a bit of a problem with the blinds here. I cleaned them. I used some elbow grease. Not, physical hard work. The liquid elbow grease. And these clips at the top have all snapped. Well, not all, but most of them. This one's hanging on. This one literally has just come off now. They all started falling off all at once, so I'm going to remove them and put new carriers in. These are the carriers, so I have to take all the blinds off, take the headrail down, remove all these carriers and replace them with new ones. So let's get on with that. Okay, so they're on with little clips, and from this side you just push the metal clip up. These will be different on different blinds obviously, but these are quite common in the UK, and you twist the carrier around. So I'll do that now. It's got 3 clips. I'll take them all off and remove the headrail. Okay, now I've had to take a bit of a guess at these, to be honest. They come in a pack of 25, there's 24 in this rail, so I'll have one spare. This does look almost identical, it'll go that way. It's the closest I could find. The measurements do seem to add up, so let's hope that they do. Bit easier to get on and off this as well, actually. The other ones really had to squeeze in, so we'll see how it goes. We'll take it apart. There's a bloody ant on it already, don't believe it. And then see if these fit in okay. We can but try. Okay, so we need to remove this, and for this clip to come off. I think we do get a spare clip in the box. Yes, we do, so it doesn't matter if we damage that. At this end is a pin. So what we do is we need to knock that bar through. Now the pin's going to come out on the other side, and then we can remove these pieces. You've got to try your best not to damage this, otherwise the pieces won't come up very well. So we're going to use a hammer and a socket set bit. We'll use that side to put it back on in a bit. As you can see, it just fits over freely. This side, if I can get a better angle there, this side doesn't fit over, so we can use a hammer to just knock that bar, knock it through and release everything. Okay, it didn't come off as easily as I wanted it to, but it's off now. I used a screwdriver to prise it off, because as I said before, there is spare clips in the bag, so you only need to be that precious if you're planning on keeping them. We can take that end cap off now. Got brand new pure white ones. And now this bar is loose in there now. And you'll see at this end, the other side of the pin there, just allows you to push it out. And you can completely remove that now. The sun has come out beautifully, I've got to say. I think it's the last day of summer today. Okay, so we just pull that all the way out. And then all of the clips come out. like a shish kebab. I'll give that a clean before I put everything back in it. And there's the end piece. Now, you have to take all these off this way. I have dented up the end of this a little bit. It's unavoidable, but it's very weak material. So I'll just clean that up a little bit with a file, and then we'll take everything off. So let's get all these off now. It's like peeling off a kebab. Okay, so they're all off. So now we start the replacement process. So the very end carrier, these are the carriers. And that, so you will put that on first and then these. Now, before I do that, I just want to test fit one of these in here. Yes, this is looking good so far, I've got to say. I'm very pleased. I think, like I say, I've had to guess slightly at the size, but I'm not sure which way around I'm going to put these in. Oops. I don't suppose it matters as long as does that fit on the end okay? So we'll go that way. Now you're going to want these all set in the same direction when you first put them on. So the wand, I suppose, doesn't matter, it's just round, but these ones you'll always want them set exactly the same as each other as you're putting them in. The oil and all sorts all over my fingers now. The wand we'll want at the front there. Okay, slightly bigger, but I'm pretty sure we can just hammer them on. Gently, of course. And then your socket set. That'll fit over it. There you go, just allows you to knock on that last piece. So, with that at the front, we want to make sure we set all these. Do you know, I'm looking at that, how it's come off. And the bar was on the other side. Okay, so I've done that wrong. So I want that side on first. Clips into place. Although that one actually needs to be a lot closer, doesn't it? It's fixed with a bar and a screw going through here. Ah, I see. I'm not sure what that piece is for. Is that an end cap? Oh yes it is. I like that. Okay, well we'll put that on at the end. But in the meantime, this I think would go in here instead of this one for the first piece. It's not designed to come back out. I mean, does it? Does that fix into something there? Maybe. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, I've done that wrong. Hopefully we can get that back out easy enough. Yep. Ah, does it hold on that there? Well, that would make sense. Okay. So the first one we put on. And that would clip in there like that. Which gives it the space. Then we start using these. It doesn't quite fit in there, but I'm assuming that the next one would help that to clip into place. So we'll clip that one into place and hope that this is the correct way I'm doing it now. So it's a bugger to remove, and then slide that under. Or does it just go over like that? Seems to, yeah. Okay. Whew, we're having success. Now,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
So we're going to be putting 23 of these on. Join me in a bit. Okay, I'm picking up the knack of this as I go along now. So, what you do, get your first pit, well, get it on here first, obviously. Put your piece in there like that, but don't clip it into place yet. Keep it loose. Bring the last one you've put in up. Put it in there while everything's still loose. And then pull your new one tight. It all clips into place. New one in. Last one also in there, and then pull it tight. Okay, they're all on. Just gonna take them off temporarily now. Because obviously this piece needs to go in the end of the channel. So do that, put all them back on. We know they fit, everything's looking good, so let's get on with that. Okay, so we need to get the end cap in. Make sure the hole lines up to the front here. It's offset, obviously. Nope, the hole lines up to the back. So, use the other piece. Now the hole lines up to the back. And we can put this pin in. The rod. And now we can put all these back in. Now, take the end piece off. Oh, that I could have left that end piece on. Just realised. Never mind. So, just flex back down. There we go. So now it's just a case of putting all these in, which they're already all lined up nicely, so this should be a very simple task. Yep, just required a bit of force. Okay, and so now right, so this end cap can now go in this side, and I'm going to move here to the concrete because you want this on a concrete base to actually affix this now. So let's do that. Okay, so make sure this side is in place. The pin end down on the ground on the concrete. Put on your end cap. I hope all this is in shot, but if not, then there's not really anything I can do. So you want to make sure it's coming out slightly at the end there. Now I'm going to fix this in place with a little clamp or something, so bear with me. Okay, that should stay in place quite well, just while we get this end cap on, just so that it stays extended enough so that it goes through here, and it's just poking through the end there. Okay, so now you put this little split ring in. I'm not doing the Illuminati thing. Now you put this little split thing in. So we'll line it up over the end there, and then I'm going to use this socket set, the wider side. This is 5/32. Bought this back when we had metric. As you can see, that is starting to go over it. The next bit's probably just going to be off camera a little bit because I need to give it some force, some welly. Okay, so now that's got a grip on it, I can take this bracket off the bottom here. And use the concrete floor to hold that in place. Make sure we're lined up. And now that should be tight in there. And that's when you know it's gone on enough. And you can see it's on nicely there. One thing that we do get with these that we didn't get with the old one are these little end caps, and they're quite nice, so in they go to neaten it up nicely. Very pleased with that. And now we're just going to put them up, reattach the blinds,
And the job's a good one.
Okay, clip it back in, just the opposite of what you did before. Try and get it as central as you can. And now it's just a matter of reattaching the blinds, which we have to get into some semblance of order because they've ended up just in a pile on the floor down here. So I'll get these sorted. The best way here, by the way, take the chains off the bottom, reattach them afterwards. That'd be my advice. Beautiful, goes on just nicely. Now we want them angled, don't we, really? Make it a bit easier for me. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to cut that end clip down because it stops it going all the way back there. But there we go. I've not got the chains on the bottom, so it's all a bit loose. I'll put that on. I do have to replace a couple of the weights in the bottom because the clips have snapped off, just like the plastic did at the top. But there we go. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Some going more than others. So you have to do that thing where you gear it into place. I was trying to avoid that as much as possible by getting them all right, but it's okay. It's okay. They'll set. There we go. Very, very happy indeed with that. As I say, I'll just have to clip a couple of, you know, the end, those bits of plastic that run across the top of the rails to pull them all with each other. I'll have to clip that one down and do whatever I need to do with that. So there's a lesson for you. Clip your end one, make sure it goes right up to the end before you get it all bloody well back up. I hope that helps. I think it cost about £9.80 for those. When they all started dropping off and they were just dropping to the floor, one after the other, we just stood there watching them. What the hell's going on? We thought, oh God, we're going to have to get new blinds. Hundreds of pounds, you know what I mean? And no, I got it from Bay Tree. So if you're in the UK, I'll leave a link to them actually to the products I bought, and then it'll certainly put you onto ones if yours aren't exactly the same. They'll be listed as similar items, won't they, by eBay? And have a go at it. At least for £10, it's worth it. I've done it. You can do it.